government record of the transactions relating to the valuable properties. As immovable properties increases in their values with passing of time, while movable properties depreciates in their values. So uh, it's to keep official record of the properties, valuable properties, I will say, and to provide authenticity to the documents and to prevent fraud with the in future. The steps involved in this registration acts we can be divided into three parts, that is execution, presentation, and admission. Execution is like if we make a sale deed wherein we have to mention all the facts related to the sale and purchase of a property, and then after executing these documents we are required to present this to before the registrar, before the sub registrar office. As we are aware that a district is divided into, like in Delhi there are 10 districts, and these are divided, there are many sub registrars wherein we are required to submit our documents for registration. The documents which are required for registration, it's given in section 17, which is mandatory requirement for registration. These are immovable properties wherein value of immovable properties increases more than rupees 100. Then gift deed, lease from year to year basis or more than 1 year, or where annual rent is decided. So you must have heard that a rent agreement is always executed for a period of 11 months and not more than that. The reason behind it, that in case rent agreement is executed for more than 11 months, in that case registration is required. So to avoid that inconvenience, although it's not inconvenience, because registration is very important thing, and we should go for registration of the documents. So while a rent agreement is executed, to save ourselves from the I will say from the inconvenience, as we think, we used to make rent agreement for a period less than a year, and we used to further increase and enhance the rent agreements. Then there is sale deed, which is required to be registered. Partition deeds are also required to be registered. An instrument of partition of immovable properties is a document which is mandatorily be required to be registered. There is a judgment by Honorable Supreme Court. This is AIR 1968 SC 1299. This is Siromoni versus Hem Kumar, wherein it has been held by Honorable Supreme Court that a documents or instrument of partition for immovable property is required to be registered. Then relinquishment deeds are also required to be registered. Adoption deed and nowadays property development agreement are also required to be registered, as these are related to immovable properties. Then there are some non-testamentary documents wherein which acknowledges any receipt which are related to the immovable properties. Then a decree or order of a court whereby such decree or order purports or operates to create, declare, assign, limit, or extinguish in present or in future any right, title, or interest, whether vested or contingent, in any immovable properties, are also required to be registered. There are certain exemptions also while from this requirement. These are generally related to the governments, which includes grant of immovable property by government, instrument of partition made by a revenue officer. Then there is a certificate of sale granted to purchase to the purchasee by a revenue officer while during the public auction. Then there under section 18 there are certain optional registration has been provided, whereby if a property immovable property which is less than 100 rupees, although it's impractical because nowadays there is no value of rupees 100. So immovable property which is less than rupees 100, you can register. Lease which is a less than a year, it is also optional. Then movable properties, will, which is the testamentary documents, is not mandatorily required to be registered, but it is always advised that will should be registered. Then any uh, requirement which has not been mentioned in section 17, that is mandatorily required documents, can also be registered. For registration of a immovable property, it is required that there should be specification in the document, the property which makes it easy to identify the property, and we are required to mention the area and the directions, like from east, west, south and north, which are the adjoining lands, so that it will be easy for the government as well as the person to identify what is the area and where exactly the land is located. Then what should be the time for presentation? It's as per section 23 of the Registration Act, a document which is executed must be presented within 4 months of its execution for registration. Suppose a document is not presented within the required time, that is 4 months, then there is a further period of 4 months is given to the person to get the document executed, which is subject to the penalty, which can be imposed by the registrar, which should not be exceed more than 10 times of the value of the amount which will be taken or which will be charged at for the registration of the document. Now, if a decree or order which is required to be registered, again same procedure is required, that is to be produced before the registrar within 4 months of passing of the order, or if the decree or order is appealable, in that case when the appeal has been decided or time has been expired, in that case again 4 months time is granted. 4 months is for registration of the document from the date of execution, and further 4 months if there is any delay. So total period of registration should not be more than 8 months. In otherwise, the transaction becomes void or it will not get given effect to. Then it can be possible that a document is required to be executed by many persons. In that case, every execution is required to be registered within 4 months. Suppose a document is get registered in January 2020, then within 4 months it is required to be registered. Again, now same document is gets executed by the second party. Suppose there are 3 4 persons who are owner of the property, but one is residing abroad and he is able to come to India only in April 2020. In that case, again, from the date of its execution from April 2020 till 4 months, he is required to be, it is required that document be registered from every each execution, and there is no restriction, but a document must be registered within the time limit as provided in the act. Now, wills may be presented at any time. There is no time limit prescribed for the will which has been created, which has been made by a testator. So there is no time limit provided for the will, at in during which time the will should must be presented before the registrar. Now, what should be the place of registration? Place of registration will depend on the uh, on the property where it is situated. In that case, suppose a property is situated in Delhi and there are 10 sub registrar. In that case, under whose jurisdiction the property falls, it is required to be registered. The area, the registrar who has no jurisdiction over the uh, property is cannot register that property in his registers. So place of registration for land will be the area within the registrar within whose jurisdiction whole or some of the portion of property to which such documents relates is situated. For other documents where the document was executed, or in office of any sub registrar where all such persons executing and claiming under such documents desires that this document should be registered. In some cases, it happens that a person who has executed the documents is not able to go personally to the sub registrar office. In that case, the sub by showing the genuineness and the problem or the special cause that a person is unable to go to the registrar office, in that case a officer is used to be engaged, and he will go to the house of the executant and will take his assent and will satisfy himself that document has been executed by himself and identify the person, and he can register that documents by going at the place of or residence of the executant. Now, who can present this document for registration? It is the executant himself who can present. Then its representative or assignee, suppose the document has been executed, a sale deed was executed, but after execution of sale deed, the seller dies. In that case, his representative can also confirm that yes, this agreement was executed. Then third is by agent of the executor, who must have duly who must be duly authorized and have power of attorney by the executant. The procedure is that executant should go personally before the sub-registrar office, whereby his photographs and his finger expression, thumb impression will be taken on the document. Then registrar is required to put inquiry and to satisfy himself about the execution of documents and about the identity of persons. Suppose he is required to ask the person whether he has executed this document. If the answer is yes, in that case document can be registered. But suppose in some cases it happens that executant can say or deny that this document was not executed by him. In that case, sub registrar has the power to refuse the registration of such documents. So, whereby a document is refused by the sub registrar from the registration, in that case, a appeal lies to the registrar. And if in appeal also, the registrar can pass order for giving direction to register the document or to reject the application. After dismissal of appeal, no appeal lies. In that case, a person is required to file a civil suit before the civil court within 30 days of the refusal. Now, time frame, which is very important, from which the document will be treated as effective. The date of registration or the date of execution. It's as per section 47. It is stated that suppose a document was executed in January 2020 and it was registered in April 2020. So once the document is registered, in that case, the documents will be taken as effective from January 2020, and means the date when it was executed and not from the date when it was registered. Suppose there are two documents which are registered, which got executed in on 3rd of January 2020, and then in the evening of 3rd of January 2020. But the document which was executed in the evening of 3rd January 2020 got registered in February, and while the document which was executed in the morning of 3rd January 2020 was executed in April 2020. In that case, the document which was executed in the morning of 3rd January 2020 will prevail, and that will be valid. So if a person executes a sale deed for the same land with two different persons and got the same registered in that case, a document which was executed or which was prior in time will prevail. This is the most important section of this Registration Act. So there are two judgments of Honorable Supreme Court, which is Gurbakh Singh versus Kartar Singh. This is AIR 2002 SC 939, and KJ Nathan versus Maruti Rao, AIR 1965, Supreme Court 430. I'm repeating again. This is AIR 2002 SC 959, Gurbakh Singh versus Kartar Singh, and KJ Nathan versus Maruti Rao, AIR 1965, SC 430. Now, what will be the effect of non-registration of the documents? The documents which are mandatorily required to be registered will not affect any transaction or any uh, any transaction related to immovable property. Suppose a sale deed was to be executed, but it was not registered. In that case, the seller and purchaser will not have any further right, and the property will be treated as of the seller, and it will not go to the purchaser unless and until the possession has been handed over. Now, the second is, it in case of adoption, which is also required, mandatorily required to be registered, it will not be taken on record. It will not be treated as a valid adoption. Then these documents will not be taken as an evidence of any transactions which are affecting such property or conferring such power. But it can be taken as an evidence in the incidental cases. Suppose a sale deed, an agreement to sale was entered for a sale deed, but sale deed was not registered or not taken place. In that case, a person or the purchaser can file a suit for recovery against the seller. In that case, this agreement to sell, although which is not required to, which was not registered, can be taken in evidence. Now, the registered documents will take effect over the unregistered documents. This, while Section 47 relates to the two documents which are registered and the priority of the documents has been decided by Section 47, that but in this Section 50, it is stated that registered document will prevail over unregistered documents. Then the sub-registrar are required to maintain 5 registers. So whatever they get registered, they are supposed to note down in their book. These books are given number as book number 1, which relates to non-testamentary documents, wherein record relating to non-testamentary documents which has been sent for registration is recorded. Then book number 2 is the book which relates to the recording of reasons for refusal to register. Book number 3 relates to register of wills and adoption, while book number 4 is a miscellaneous register, any document which a party wants to get it registered that are recorded in these register. Register number 5 is the register of deposit of wills. It sometimes it happens that a person wants to deposit his will with the registrar, because will is a secret document. In that case, the will used to be open after the death of the testator. So the sub registrar keep this will in his custody in an envelope. These documents which are mentioned in book number 1 and 2 are open for public. They can inspect and can take a copies of those documents, but not of wills and adoptions. The certificate of registration is granted by the registrar when all the procedure are complied with. He puts his affixation, his seal, he puts his seal on the documents. It is signed and dated, and thereafter noted in the book, the registrar maintained by them, and it is used to be handed over to the person who has executed or who has required the registration. The registration, as I told you, there are certain judgments. One more judgments, a recent judgments has come. This is Ravinder Kaur Grewal versus Manjeet Kaur, whereby Honorable Supreme Court has held that a document pertaining to family settlement, whereby this family settlement arrived much before, and the parties, the family has already acted upon, is not required to be registered with the registrar office. This is a very recent judgment decided on 31st of July 2020, and this civil appeal number 7764 of 2014. These the reason for registration, as I have told you, is to maintain a record by the government officials and to maintain a link chain so that in future it should not give any confusion and to prevent any disputes which can arise between the parties. Uh, this was the registration act is very small act, so I have given you summary of this registration act. So in case anyone wants to ask any question, they can mention, they can give in chat.
Participants can unmute themselves and ask the question one by one. Nikita, you had a question, right? Nikita Modi, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I did have a question, but it was related to the commercial agreement. So my thing was whether the agreement which are related to the commercial transactions, whether it is mandatory to be registered, and if yes, under what provisions?
See, if commercial transactions is also related to any immovable property, in that case it is mandatory, and otherwise it's optional on the parties to get the document registered, and it is always advisable because only then any document can be taken into evidence. It is always advised that a document which is important for the parties, it must be registered. Like I have told you that property development agreements nowadays between builder and the owners are required to be registered to safeguard them from any future litigation.
Right, ma'am. And ma'am, one more question is, suppose if the agreement for sale is registered between the purchasers and the developer, now
Yes.
this the transaction is not complete. In sense, the money which is pending to be paid to the developer. Now the transaction is not complete. Does this registration of the agreement for sale confer a better title on the flat purchaser?
No, it cannot be, because what you are saying is that there is an agreement between owner and developer, or it's seller or purchaser. There is some confusion. See, agreement to sell, if you are going to register agreement to sell, which is also not mandatory but an optional, because it pertains to the immovable properties, and if sale deed does not conclude, in that case you can file a suit for recovery.
Right, ma'am.
And it saves you the stamp duty is required to be paid at the time of registration of the agreement to sell, and the stamp duty which you have paid at the time of agreement of sale is always adjusted at the time of registration of sale deed.
Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Any more questions, please?
हेलो
हाँ जी, बोलिए सर।
मैडम नमस्ते, मुझे एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था
हाँ
जो रजिस्ट्रेशन एक सेल डीड हम लोग दिए हैं रजिस्टर ऑफिस में, रजिस्टर रिजेक्ट कर दिया, उसके बाद हम सिविल सूट में जाएंगे जो बोले, वो कौन सा सेक्शन है मैडम?
देखिए, एक तो जब आपने सब रजिस्ट्रार रजिस्टर अगर रिजेक्ट करता है तो उसके बाद आप अपील में जाते हैं रजिस्ट्रार के पास। अगर वो भी
हाँ,
रिजेक्ट कर
उसके
देगा तो आप जाएंगे सिविल सूट में। आपको सेक्शन बताऊं मैं?
हाँ मैडम, सेक्शन थोड़ा।
this procedure is given 1 minute.
स्वरूप जी, सब रजिस्ट्रार के बाद आप रजिस्ट्रार के पास गए कि नहीं गए?
हाँ, हम रजिस्टर के पास गए अपील में, उसके बाद वो रिजेक्ट हुआ। तो हमें, हमारा यहाँ उड़ीसा में क्या हो रहा है, हम लोग सिविल सूट में कोई नहीं जा रहा है, सीधा डायरेक्ट वो लोग रीट में जा रहे हैं हाई कोर्ट में। तो
अच्छा।
उसीलिए मैं सिविल सूट का जानने के लिए चाहता हूँ।
हाँ,
एक मिनट बताता हूँ। दिस इज सेक्शन 76,
थैंक यू मैडम।
76
Thank
and
you.
77.
यस मैडम, आई विल लुक इट।
थैंक
थैंक
यू
यू।
सो मच।
Instead of going into it, you should go into this civil suit.
Yes madam, for that reason I am asking for that.
Yes, section 77 you can go through.
Yes, thank you madam.
But why he is rejecting?
Madam, in this area there are a lot of confusion between the register. They are actually not knowing the law and doing all illegal things. Everything they are saying that this is not permitted, this is not permitted, and rejecting many type of cell deeds.
Okay. For your convenience, I am reading section 77. Suit in case of order of refusal by registrar. Where the registrar refuses to order the document to be registered under section 72 or a decree under section 76, any person claiming under such document within 30 days after making of the order of refusal institute in the civil court within the local limits of whose original jurisdiction it situates the office in which the document is sought to be registered, a suit for decree directing the document to be registered in such office, if it be duly presented for registration within 30 days after the passing of such decree.
Yes, sir.
So it will help you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any more questions?
हेलो।
हाँ जी, बोले बोले मैडम।
हाँ वंदना जी, मुझे ये पूछना था कि अगर 3-4 सेल डीड बना दी है एक ही व्यक्ति ने अपने किसी प्लॉट के लिए और कोई रजिस्टर्ड नहीं हुई है, तो कौन सी प्रिवेल करेगी?
नहीं, 3-4 सेल डीड उसने एक ही प्रॉपर्टी के लिए 4 अलग अलग लोगों को बना दिए हैं।
हाँ, एक ही प्रॉपर्टी के लिए 4-5 लोगों को बना दिया है अलग अलग पीरियड में, और किसी की भी रजिस्टर्ड नहीं हुई है, तो कौन सी वाली प्रिवेल करेगी?
कोई भी प्रिवेल नहीं करेगी, क्योंकि रजिस्ट्रेशन जो है वो रिक्वायर्ड है। सेल डीड तो इज मस्ट फॉर इज मैंडेटरी टू बी रजिस्टर्ड। तो अगर जो भी कोई भी अगर रजिस्टर्ड नहीं है तो इट वोंट अफेक्ट एनी ट्रांसफर, बट इन फ्यूचर एनी ऑफ देम गेट्स इट, एनी ऑफ द सेल डीड गेट रजिस्टर्ड, तो रजिस्टर्ड वाली प्रिवेल करेगी सब अनरजिस्टर्ड पर।
अच्छा,
अगर कोई भी रजिस्टर्ड हो जाती है तो वो सब अनरजिस्टर्ड के ऊपर प्रिवेल कर जाएगी।
But as you said, the 8 months is the period, limitation period.
4 months. It's 4 months and along with delay it's 8 months.
8 months. तो अगर 8 months के अंदर कोई भी रजिस्टर नहीं करता है तो no sale deed will prevail, no?
हाँ, तब तो वो void हो जाएगा ना। Within 8 months, 8 months is including the period of delay.
Okay. थैंक
पर
यू।
सपोज करिए कि उसने जो ये सेल डीड है वो सबके फेवर में ही रजिस्टर्ड करा दिए। कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि कोर्ट में करते हैं कि 3
हाँ।
लोगों के फेवर में उसने अगर रजिस्टर्ड करा दी तो जिसके फेवर में सबसे पहले एग्जीक्यूट की होगी वो प्रिवेल
हाँ।
करेगा।
ओके, ठीक, थैंक यू।
ठीक है जी।
थैंक यू।
Any more questions? Vandana, I think no more questions.
Yes. चलो, thank you all for giving a patient hearing and sharing this platform with me.
And I must tell you, Vandana, it was very informative and lot of inputs to me also. Even the questions which came on the session were really like enlightening. So thank you all the participants for making this webinar successful. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Thank you.
See you next
Thank you very much.
time.